crew chief Anthony Jordan in the black and white stripes steps into the mid-circle. 20 minutes up on the board. Ball in the air. Tap is double tapped and kept alive by North Florida and tracked down in the backcourt. And the Ospreys will do work first as they'll attack right to left on your dial. Working it up, Dallas Moore quickly hands it off, but a traveling call going against Chris Davenport, who seemed to get his body out in front of himself and just couldn't hold his balance and shuffled the feet before putting it on the floor. So the quick turnover gives it back to the Tigers. Just underway, no score. Patterson out top, or rather Sampson out top, gets it to Blakeney up top on the right side. Sampson again, top of the key, gets it to Reith. Tough 18-footer behind the free throw line is good. Nice touch for Dwap Reith, who finished with 10 points, although got into foul trouble early in the win over Southern Mississippi on Tuesday night. Tigers in man-to-man defense to open things up. Handling the ball for North Florida. Bodiger gives it off, and Dallas Moore puts up a jumper from 17. Off to the left, no good, but an offensive rebound handled by the Ospreys. Back in the hands of Moore. On the dribble, working left to right, trying to feed it inside to Banks, and the pass, too much for it, out of bounds along the inline, and another turnover gives it back to LSU, leading 2-0.
When they won 22 games last year, they only turned it over 11 times a game. They're 1-2 this year. They're averaging 20 turnovers a game, and that's 2 within the first minute.
Sampson gives it to Reith. Now here's Blakeney. Had 26 points on Tuesday night to lead all scores. Down in the corner, Epps. 18-footer from the baseline. Won't go right side. Rebound pulled away by Bodiger to Moore. Back to Bodiger up top on the far sideline. Now work on the dribble with the left hand. Gives it back off to Moore. Mays will match up with him defensively. Davenport gets it to Bodiger. Tough shot. Blakeney in his face, but the 17-footer along the right baseline is good. And we're tied 2-2. Skylar Mays, the freshman, handling the point. Crossover in traffic. Now gets bottled up, taken away. Stolen by Davenport. Here comes the Ospreys. Davenport, cross-court pass left side. Here's Malonga, and before making a move, he took steps. Our officials tonight, again, as I told you, are crew chief Anthony Jordan, Chuck Jones, and Ken Washington in the black and white stripes.
Well, Mays did have the turnover a little while ago, but coming into the game, his assist-turnover ratio was great. 12 assists, just 3 turnovers.
3 turnovers already here for North Florida. Tigers have it back, attacking left to right as Blakeney out wide on the left side. One dribble, now gives it off to Sampson straight away. Sampson will back up near the mid-circle, set the offense. Now give it back to Blakeney. 7 on the shot clock. Blakeney now starts to drive. Pull-up jumper, 17-footer. Left baseline is good. Antonio Blakeney scores his first 2, and the Tigers back on top 4-2. Here's Bodiger quickly in the front court. Off to Carpenter, now to Bodiger. Deep 3 left corner, won't go. Rebound taken away by the Ospreys, but they'll say coming over the top to do so. Whistled for a foul. The first foul of the game will go against Nick Malonga. That'll be his first, team's first. And again, right now that was a virtual turnover, albeit going for an offensive rebound. But North Florida has been very careless with the ball in the opening 2.5 minutes here. Tigers, though, just leading 4-2. Blakeney, though, has better ideas. Nice bounce pass coming to Epps. The lay-in right side won't go. Reed tried to keep it alive, but he can't finish. Rebound taken away by Davenport. He'll hand it off to Moore. Free throw line, little scoop. Underhand pass out to the open Malonga, who nails the 3, and North Florida has their first lead of the night, 5-4.
Malonga's first 3 of the year. They're only shooting 26%. That's a number they want to rise by a huge amount.
Mays out top, Moore on him. Here's Epps. Rattles home the 3 from the left wing. Had a teardrop, had a rain-making shot. Seemed to take forever, but nice rotation on it. Nice wrist follow-through, and the Tigers back on top, 7-5.
Epps 5 of 6 from behind the arc this year.
Malonga goes from right to left, now pulls up. Work it inside. Here's Banks. Right block. Turnaround jumper won't go. Weak side rebound secured by Epps. Here comes Blakeney motoring up the right sideline. Feet underneath Reith. Right side of the basket. Shot going to be blocked in there by Chris Davenport. Here comes North Florida. Dallas Moore in the front court. Goes baseline. Throws up the one-handed lay-in. And it's good. Tied 7-all. This is the pace we expected for North Florida. Southern Miss unable to really get out and run on Tuesday. Tigers did more running than the Golden Eagles, but North Florida committed to doing it here tonight. Epps in the lane, the left-hander off the window and in. 9-7. Epps with another basket. Gives the Tigers a lead. He now has 5. Moore again. Hands it off Malanga. On the dribble with the left hand. Working left side of the floor. Gets it to Bottiger. He'll go right, and an illegal screen trying to get him free that time is going to be Davenport. That'll be his first, team's second, and we reach our first media timeout. 15:39 to go here at the PMAC. 9-7. Tigers lead by 2 over North Florida. We'll return on the LSU Sports.
11 turnovers. North Florida committed 11. So 4 for them. That's taken away those shot opportunities. They won about 80 shots.
Aaron Epps leads the way with 5 for LSU as the Tigers put it in play. On their end of the floor, nice entry pass to Skylar Mays playing down in the post. And the freshman goes up strong. It's 11-7. Tigers now extend the lead. Here's Dallas Moore. Gets by Mays, throws it up with the left hand off the glass too hard, but he finds the loose ball in the lane. Brings it back up top, and North Florida will keep possession. Getting away from Mays. Into the game now, Garrett Sams. Sams gives it off to Aminu, and Aminu, who checks in, goes right down the right side of the block, lays it up and in. So only on the floor a matter of seconds, but he cuts the Tiger lead 11-9. Aminu had 11 points in just 17 minutes of play earlier this week in the loss to the Hurricanes. Here's Mays. Thought about stepping out, gives a little ball fake, now feeds it inside to Reith. Reith shot from the right side, comes off the right side of the rim. Rebound. Aminu brings it down, now gets it in the hands of Dallas Moore. North Florida back to work offensively, trailing by 2, 11-9. Davenport, the big guy, open for 3, top of the key, back of the rim, comes out the front, and we got a whistle and a foul as Mays secured the rebound. It looks like Bottiger, the 6'5 senior, got him on the arm on a reach-in attempt. That'll be his first, team's third.
No, they seem to really like the dribble in and then the kick back out for the open 3, and they've had a couple of looks that haven't gone. We'll see if LSU defensively can adjust to that a little bit.
Jalen Patterson checks in for Coach Jones. Having a seat will be Mays, and Sampson nearly lost it as took his eye off Garrett Sams, and Sams reaches for the ball on that far sideline and nearly comes up with a steal. It's last touch by Sams, so Sampson will put it back in play, gets it to Patterson. Back to Sampson quickly. He'll flip it to Epps, top of the key, swing it right side. Here's Blakeney. Blakeney waiting on the screen from Reith. Gets it, pull-up jumper, 17-footer, back iron, no good. Rebound off the hop in the middle of the lane. Aminu in the front court for the Ospreys. Quick pass, Davenport, big guy down the lane. Over to Sams, ball fake, drives baseline, trying to get it out to Moore and taken away by Patterson. Patterson pushing it to Blakeney. Blakeney lays it up and in. Give him the hoop and the harm. 13-9. Tigers get out and running. Great court vision by Patterson that time to find Blakeney. Well, it was one-on-one, and Blakeney with a nice finish.
LSU now 8 points off turnovers, and Patterson did kind of what we were talking about. He anticipated that dribble in and kick out for the 3. He got in the passing lane and then got it to Blakeney, who laid it home.
Blakeney shooting 79% from the line. Now has 9 career 20-plus point games, including 26 points this past Tuesday. Free throw too long off the heel of the back rim. Sams gets a long rebound for North Florida. He'll work it up in the front court right side. Picked up by Sampson. Putting on a dribbling clinic, now moves to his left. Stops top of the key. We got a whistle away from the ball, and they're going to give it to Sampson, trying to fight through a screen that time. So Sampson will pick up the personal, his first, team's first for the Tigers, and the Osprey will put it in play.
Wade Sims going to come in for LSU, the freshman. Instant O off the bench, 11.5 points on 75% shooting in the 2 games early.
Inbounds, Moore has it now near the mid-circle. Picked up by Patterson. Slowly moving to his right. Patterson, though, right there on him, hip to hip. Moore moving to his left, now to Sams. Davenport sets the screen. Sams goes down the right baseline, goes in among 2. Shot partially blocked, but there is Aminu picking up the loose ball, laying it up and in. 13-11. It's a 2-point Tiger lead. Sampson driving left baseline, backs it out. Swings it up top to Blakeney. Blakeney pounds it on the floor, drives down the lane. Aminu trying to keep pace with him and commits the foul with a hip check. That'll be Aminu picking up the foul for North Florida. Their 5th, first on Aminu.
Last time when Sams got down, again, when he dribbled, he was looking for the kick out. It wasn't there. Then he found himself in a double team and had nothing to do with the basketball, and LSU ended up taking it from him.
Davenport checking out of the game. Romello Banks back in for the Osprey. Patterson works it into Blakeney along the end line right side. Feed it to Reith just off the right block. Reith backing in. Puts up the jumper. Back iron no good. There's the rebound. Good defense by Banks. And then gets the defensive board. Down comes North Florida. Chance to tie or take the lead. Brown having the backcourt going left to right. Off to Aminu. Three-pointer left of the arc. No good. Long rebound, and Garrett Sams tracks it down first. Good hustle by North Florida to keep it on their end of the floor with a fresh shot clock. 13-11, Tigers lead. Driving the baseline. Going up. Strong. Malonga can't finish, and rebound underneath to North Florida, and then a whistle and a foul going against the Tigers on an attempted putback. That's going to go against Dwap Reith. That'll be his first, team second, and in the act of shooting, putting him on the line, will be Romello Banks, the 6'11", 250-pound junior out of Kissimmee, Florida. Banks averaging just under 14 points a game and 7 boards a game. 64% free throw shooter, and he misses on that one.
Reith had the initial block there, but unfortunately the ball went right back into the hands of the shooter, and when Banks went back for the putback is when Reith, and actually Sims was there too, but Reith was called for the fouls first.
Kieran Hayward checks in for the Tigers. Second free throw comes right off the front of the rim, and Reith secures the ball for the Tigers. Still a 2-point LSU lead, 13-11. Blakeney, left corner, feed to Reith, free throw line. Reith spinning. The SEC logo, the 9-footer is good. Such great touch for a big guy. Make it 15-11. Reith now with 4 points. Aminu trying to feed it inside. Nice defense. Reith takes it away. Gets it to Blakeney. 2-on-3. Blakeney going to the basket, and last minute gets a whistle as he puts up the left-hander. Nowhere close, but he's bailed out with a foul. That one's going to go against Aminu. Quickly picking up his second coming off the bench. That will be the team sixth. Blakeney in the act of shooting. He'll go back to the line where he missed a few moments ago on an and-one opportunity. Blakeney, 9 of 14 from the field against Southern Miss on Tuesday. Also able to pull down 6 rebounds as Blakeney hits the first.
6 turnovers for the Ospreys, and LSU now with that free throw has converted 9 points off of those 6 turnovers, and that's why they're ahead.
Second free throw around the rim and comes out the front. Pulled down by Banks. He'll get it off to Moore. 11:56 to go, first half, 16-11. Tigers lead by 5. Moore under the basket, kicks it out to Sams. Deep three, right corner. A collision as Blakeney couldn't hold up, and he puts Sams on the floor and commits the ultimate sin, fouling the three-point shooter. And Sams will go to the line and get
3.8%, which is right about their season average.
Garrett Sams will be at the line for North Florida. He was fouled in the act of shooting a three-pointer from the right corner by Antonio Blakeney. Tigers committed just 3 fouls so far, but Sams can't connect on the first. He's an 81% free throw shooter on the year. Second one on its way. This one long and off to the right.
Well, you said the cardinal sin was fouling the three-point shooters. The other cardinal sin, missing all 3 of the free throws.
I'm sure that's what Coach Driscoll will tell you. Third one on its way. Off to the left. Skylar Mays, or check that, Wade Sims gets the rebound for the Tigers. Hayward wants a 3. Right wing comes off no good. Sams with a weak side rebound. Gets it off to Malonga in the front court. Now back to Sams. He'll work right side. Aminu to Dallas. Now Sams tries another 3. This one in the right corner, almost same spot. Can't connect. Weak side rebound was pulled down by Banks, but pretty good defense. That time by Robinson. Elbert Robinson checking into the game just frustrated him enough. He couldn't hold on. It's out of bounds near side court, and the Tigers will take back possession. Now more substitutions as Sams, Aminu, and Malonga have a seat. Checking him for the first time tonight, Aaron Horn for North Florida. Also back into the lineup, Aaron Bodiger, along with Romello Banks and Dallas Moore and Davenport on the floor for North Florida. Robinson gets it for the Tigers in the lane, goes up with the left hand, goes right around. Nifty move against Chris Davenport, or check that, Romello Banks. Nice little left-handed move by Robinson that gets him in the scoring column. And now driving down the other end, foul underneath, working it deep underneath the basket that time was Davenport. He's bailed out by a whistle and a foul. That one's going to go against Kieran Hayward, his first. Again, the team's fourth, and North Florida will put it in play along their inline left side. Dallas Moore looking, still looking, in traffic. Gets it off to Banks. Nearly stolen by the Tigers, but Hayward runs out of room on the near sideline.
That was a little odd. He threw it into the corner. There were two offensive men right in the corner, which meant there were two defensive men in the corner. One of them was Albert Robinson. There's just not much room to throw the ball there.
Not a lot of space. So now they'll try it in a tough angle from the sideline, deep, almost in the corner there. Bottiger gets it in. Works it up top to Davenport. Quickly off to Bottiger. Picked up by Hayward. Near the circle. Picks up his dribble on high. Gets it to Davenport. Working on Sims. Trying to bounce it down low to Romello Banks. And another whistle. This one may go against the Tigers. Trying to get position on Banks underneath. Let's see.
Double foul.
Yep. They're going to rule it against, I believe, Robertson and Banks.
Couple of big dudes, Romello Banks, 6'11", 252, and of course Albert Robinson, 7'1", 290. Kind of hard to hide when you're tangled up with each other.
Banks picks up his first. That is the team's seventh. Robinson picks up his first personal foul, team's fifth. Back to action, North Florida with it. Bottiger and a very, very loose foul out top. Hayward did make contact, but not a lot, but obviously not going to allow the hand checking out top, and players will have to adjust to that. Hayward now realizing it, did put his hand on him, did not impede the progress by any stretch of the imagination, but the reach foul is called. Now the Tigers have 16 fouls. Hayward picking up his second. North Florida seemed to have the ball on this end of the floor for forever, but here's a turnover. Driving to the basket was Davenport from the free throw line and shuffled his feet. That'll turn it over. That's been the story tonight for the Osprey.
That's 7. I believe that's the third travel they've committed. And again, LSU's turned those turnovers into points. Previous 6 turnovers, 9 points. See if they can convert again.
Patterson handling the ball out top for the Tigers. He's matched up with Moore. Here's Sims launching a 19-footer, but before it gets airborne, a whistle and a foul away from the ball, and Albert Robinson guilty for pushing off, trying to get position. That'll be the second on Albert, and that'll be the team's seventh.
I think it's pretty clear, and they're going to call it, not going to be a shooting foul as it was offensive. I think it's pretty clear the referees have decided they need to clean some stuff up. They're calling it kind of tight here the last few seconds.
Dallas Moore hurriedly into the front court. Tigers, though, will force him back up near the mid-circle. 10-12 to go in the first half. LSU leading 18-11 over North Florida. Working. Moore decides to bring it back out. They work it down low on the right post. Going up strong, Romello Banks. He now has his first 2 points, and it's 18-13. Sims, top of the key. Works it over to Sampson, trying the feed, bounce pass. They get it on the right block to Robinson. Robinson backs in, goes up with the left hand. Shot is good. Whistle and a foul. He got Romello Banks uncomfortable down there, and a nice little move by Robinson. Just ducked underneath the defender, and Banks had no choice but to commit the foul, but he didn't get him up top and allowed Robinson to finish on the shot. It'll be 20-13. Robinson now with his 4th point and a chance for point number 5 from the line.
They may foul each other out. That's 2 fouls apiece now, Robinson and Banks. But Robinson got the better of that one, and got a good touch at the line.
Perfect so far this year,
boy,
but I jinxed him there.
No, I'll take full credit for that.
Misses. Rebound swiped away by Banks.
Should know better than that.
Now in the hands of Moore. He'll slowly walk it across the logo. 9.5 minutes to go in the first half. Moore on the joystick, works down the left. Gets it off to Bottiger. Extra pass outside. The 3 ball by Davenport won't go. Robinson secures the board. Off to Patterson. Oh, threw it to Sampson. He wasn't ready for it. Ricochets off his chin, but right in the hands of Robinson. Tigers will keep it. Patterson gets it to Sampson. He'll set the table now out top. Screen set by Robinson, moving to the right wing. Sampson drives by a defender, goes in, hit hard, no whistle. Coming out of the fray with it's going to be Davenport. Osprey's coming the other way. Now he loses the handle. Big Robinson diving for it on the court. Saves it to Patterson. Big hustle by the big guy. Sampson kicks it over to Hayward. 3-ball right corner. Comes off no good. Rebound. Robinson had it but lost it. Moore takes it away. Now 1-on-1. Hayward and Moore. Shot by Moore. Missing. Hayward whistled for the foul. Crowd's not going to like it. Coach Jones didn't like it, and obviously Hayward did not agree. Coach Jones out there on the floor now thought that was pretty good defense.
Well, when you compare it to what happened to Blakeney on the other end, I think that's what has everybody most upset here, because Blakeney went into a group and looked like he might have got clipped a little bit. No call, and then Hayward there. Not nearly as much contact, it didn't appear.
Our crew chief, Anthony Jordan, talking to the players in the lane, telling them to keep their heads cool as Moore hits the first of 2 free throws coming his way. Make it 20-14. Moore with just his 3rd point of the night. As back in for the Tigers comes Epps, Reith, and Blakeney after a extended rest. Good news is, team's still up by 6 when they check back in at the 8:40 mark.
Robinson, good moments, 2 for 2, 4 points.
Moore hits the second to make it 20-15 with 8:39. Patterson again will handle the point. Screen set by Epps. Now Epps gets it back, fires it quickly to Reith just off the right block. He'll back in. Reith on the dribble, spins left, spins back right. Nice pivot move. High off the back iron and through the net. Boy, with the move you make like that, basketball gods have to let that go through. 22-15. Now another travel. That'll be number 4 on the night for North Florida.
And 9th turnover. And what was great about that move is he faked a pass one direction and then pivoted the other direction and hit the turnaround shot. Good coordination to have all of that going on. And guys, 6'11", and he has shown that he can dribble it up and down the court from the top of the key.
Officials give LSU and Coach Johnny Jones a bench warning. I think Coach Jones still talking about some of the contact not being equal on both ends of the floor. Here's Sampson driving around 3 defenders, puts it up with the right hand, just kisses the glass, and it goes through good. Tough shot by Sampson. Going through 3 North Florida defenders to get there, just to get to the basket. 24-15, now a 9-point lead. Here's Moore driving with a nice crossover right side, but a reach-in foul knocks the ball free, and we have a whistle and a foul. That one's going to go against Sampson. That'll be his second, team's 9th, and we have a timeout on the floor with 7:47 remaining here in the first half. 24-15, Tigers have their largest lead of the night. It's 9.
To yourself if you're LSU, and they've held on to it, only 2, and have only allowed 2 points off turnovers.
Both teams in the 1-1. One more for LSU this half. They'll be in the double bonus with the Osprey. Right now, it'll be a 1-1 opportunity for Dallas Moore, who tonight 2 for 2 his last trip. Make it 3 for 3 as the first one goes through good. Make it 24-16, LSU leading. Moore had 12 points against Miami in 32 minutes earlier this week. Leading scorer for the Osprey, and the second shot is good. He's a perfect 4 of 4 so far. Cuts the lead 24-17 as the Tigers work with the basketball and the lead. Patterson out top. Bounce pass, gets it to Reith. Reith on the left wing. Picks up his dribble. Now he needs help. Looking for Patterson, nearly stolen. Moore deflects it into the Osprey bench, arguing for the basketball. But Ken Washington quickly said LSU basketball without any hesitation. And his opinion is the only one that counts.
I'm going to see Skylar Mays in. Mays and Patterson are going to run together. Not sure we've seen that combination a whole lot.
Patterson gets it into Mays, now hands it off to Patterson. Working up top, guarded by Moore. On the dribble to his right. Hands it off to Blakeney out wide on the right wing. Feed it into Reith. Right block, lost it momentarily, gets it back, muscles up a shot, around the rim, won't fall. Long rebound, tracked down in the corner by Garrett Sams. Sams up the right sideline. Stops. Bounce pass to Banks, give to Moore, down the knife or down the heart of the middle of the lane, and missing on the shot. Battle for the rebound. Aminu couldn't hold on. It's out of bounds. They'll say Tiger basketball.
Moore maybe pressing a little more this year. We mentioned he shot 51% from the floor last year, averaged 19 points a game, but he lost 3 players, one who averaged 15.4, one who averaged 12, and another who averaged 12 who graduated from last year's team, so a little bit more on him. to do the work.
Mays gets some separation. Step back three is good. Nearly took Garrett Sams out of his sneakers. And then coming over trying to help was Banks, but not in time. And Mays knocks down the tray. It's a 10-point lead, 27-17. Sams working on Mays down the right lane. Shot is good, but they'll say the foul committed before he put up the shot. So they'll wave off the basket. Give the foul to Mays. He'll pick it up. That'll be his second. Again, team's 10th. Sams will be at the line for 2 free throws.
Well, he missed 3 a little while ago. The 3 by Mays was the first of his young LSU career. He'd been 0 for 2.
Free throw up, no good. So Sam's having trouble finding the bottom of the net here.
He was 81% coming in. That's going to suffer a little bit.
Substitutions come in. Davenport in for Banks for North Florida. Now Coach Jones again. Going to talk with the official on that far side. A very pleasant conversation, and it wraps up quickly. Sam's second shot on its way. This one is good. 1 for 5 from the line, makes it 27-18. Mays, crossover, give off to Reith, and Reith took an extra step. Gave a nice head and ball fake, but shuffled his feet before driving. Turnover gives it back to North Florida with 6.5 minutes to go. Here in the first half, 27-18. Long way to go if they want to replicate last year's matchup, 119-108.
We're going to need several overtimes if we're going to get there tonight.
Dallas Moore crossing the timeline on the right side, on the dribble with the left hand. Flips it back to Davenport. Quick pass, Aminu underneath right side, and he traveled with it. Wanted to give a head fake, but his feet went with him. Trying to get Epps to go up in the air. Another turnover gives it back to LSU with 6:14 to go here in the first half.
They haven't scored in a while. No baskets in the last 350 for North Florida and counting.
Mays trying the crossover, and luckily, nope, they'll say it came off Mays' shoe. Somebody kicked it. I thought possibly North Florida, but they'll say caught the toe of Mays' shoe, so he lost the handle and the kicking call. It gives it back to North Florida. 6:06 remaining first half. Coach Driscoll shouting instructions for North Florida as Moore again starts into the front court on the right side, immediately goes on the left-handed dribble to his left, back to his right, step back three on its way is good. 27-21, it's down to a 6-point lead, and the Ospreys now put on a little lazy press. Mays beats it easily. Gets it to Blakeney. Blakeney, left baseline, pull-up jumper, 17, rattles around the rim and comes out. Moore with the rebound. Ospreys on the attack. Moore. Now want to slow up. Tigers back defensively. Moore gets it to Davenport, the big guy. Power dribble to the basket. Shot won't go, but coming over, Epps got him on the top of the head inadvertently. Going for the ball, and he'll be whistled for the foul. That'll be the first on Epps. At the line will go Davenport. That was a quick move by Davenport, who spent most of his time, Patrick, outside the three-point line here tonight, but that time decided to pound it on the floor and drive straight to the hoop.
And he's a good-sized fella, 6'8", 215.
Can't buy a free throw. Back iron, no good.
And free throws are hurting them right now. They're only 5 out of 12, but Davenport was kind of their post presence, their team last year, and is going to be that big guy along with Banks this year.
This one comes off to the right, no good. Rebound to Reith. Off to Mays. Tigers holding on to a 6-point lead. 27-21. They led by double digits a moment ago. Now the Tigers looking for a basket on their end. Blakeney trying to get separation from Sams. Now we'll stop on the left wing. Crossover, and Sams took it away. But a whistle. And I believe the inline official is going to rule a foul on Sams. He immediately going to be overruled, I think, by the trail official. Let's wait and see.
I think the ball hit his foot. We had another kick ball situation because they're talking about, here they're going to put the shot clock at 15. Yeah, because LSU was in the possession. They're going to say he kicked the ball, and they're going to put 15 on the shot clock.
So no foul. They'll call kicking on that far sideline. Coach Driscoll down there on the inline talking with Anthony Jordan, wanting more of an explanation. But the Tigers will take it back, and as Patrick told you, it starts with 15 on the shot clock. Down to 10 with Patterson at the midcircle. Down to 7. Backpedaling now, right side. still with 4. Tries to get it to Reith with 2. NBA 3, and it is good. But a whistle was blown before Reith made the shot. Not sure what the whistle was all about, but Reith hit the 3 with 2, and there's still 1 on the shot clock.
That might have been inadvertent. Is that what you think there?
I have to believe that.
And I don't know why there would have been a whistle.
Shooting 50% from the field, 4 of 8 shooting, including that big three-pointer. 4:50 to play here in the first half. Back to a 9-point advantage. Moore working against Patterson. On the dribble to his left, gives it back. Davenport fires underneath. Aminu open for the slam. Second time they've ran that play. That time Aminu did not travel, and he gets the deuce, 30-23. Aminu, pretty good spark off the bench now with 6 points. Blakeney in the lane, 14-footer in front of the free throw line. Hits every piece of iron, but falls through good. 32-23. Blakeney now with 7. Moore again. Let loose down the left side of the lane. Throws it up with the left hand. No good. Bodies fly everywhere, but a whistle and a foul. And they're going to rule that on Reith. It looked like Aminu came over to try to get position on the rebound, but they're going to whistle Reith on a push-off.
That's his second. That looked like bowling pins scattered, and when they all kind of tangled and went to the floor, it kind of hard to pick out one, but I guess they're going to say Reith is the one who initiated the chain reaction of bodies falling. And LSU is finding some foul trouble here. Blakeney, Epps, Sampson, Robinson with 2 apiece, and Hayward's got 3.
Aminu will be at the line. And before he can shoot free throws, Coach Driscoll calling a timeout. And interestingly enough, at this point, 3 of 5 from long range. For the Osprey, they are 2 of 7. Nissan, proud supporter of college athletics. Shop ChooseNissan.com. Nissan, innovation that excites. Aminu will be at the line for North Florida. Shooting free throws. The first one in and out, no good. Score remains 32-23, 4:12 to go here in the first half. And I've seen a lot of things in college basketball. I have not seen a head coach on the sideline across the way walk onto the floor and scream at the SEC head of officials, "Give me some help." Mark Whitehead here courtside just down from us, a Denham Springs native in charge of basketball officiating the SEC, and Driscoll pleading for him to help him. Both coaches have had their questions here tonight as Skylar Mays' 3 from the left side comes off, no good. Score remains 32-24, under 4 minutes to go. Handling the ball out top for the first time, C.J. Fisher into the game. Gets it off to Bodiger. Bodiger working to his right, back to Fisher. Davenport has it now in front of the Tiger bench far side, and now a reach-in foul on Wade Sims. Not a lot of contact there either, but a whistle and a foul. And that'll put North Florida back at the line to shoot 2.
Coach Jones was not real happy with that 3 by Mays a little while ago. He immediately went to the bench and pointed for Marshall Graves, the freshman from Ponchatoula, to come in and play a little point guard, and he will check in here shortly.
Davenport 0 for 2 at the line. He gets this one to go. One more to come. It's 32-25, and exactly that. Marshall Graves checks in. Mays has a seat.
Well, they are 7 of 16 at the line. You know, if they have been taking advantage of these opportunities, this would be a much tighter ball game.
Second free throw is good. He knocks down both, make it 32-26 with 3:39 to play. Sims, Patterson, Graves, Reith, and Blakeney on the floor for the Tigers. Fisher guarding Patterson. He'll pass it off right side to Blakeney. Now Reith, top of the key, swings it back to Graves. Eric Sams on him defensively as North Florida stays in a man-to-man. Blakeney just left of the mid-circle, moving left side of the floor, over to the left wing, crossover, spinning into the lane. Swing pass, right side Patterson, 3 ball, too long. Long rebound picked up by Fisher. Fisher 1-on-4, doesn't have help, looking for a trailer, gets it to Aminu. Behind the back dribble, somehow stays alive, gets up, lays it up with the left hand and misses. Weak side rebound to Patterson. Here come the Tigers to Graves, spot up, 3-pointer, too long. Rebound Patterson, get it out to Blakeney. He'll try a 3 right corner. This one, no good. Davenport trying to go for the weak side rebound, just takes his right hand and swats it out of bounds. It'll stay Tiger basketball.
Fans may not be familiar, but Marshall Graves is, as we mentioned, a walk-on, 6'3", 190 from Ponchatoula. Has only played 1 minute in the previous 2 games. We saw a lot of him in the exhibition game, and he was pretty impressive. So he's getting a chance to play a little bit here toward the end of the first half. As Patterson and Graves, again, a couple of point guards, both out on the floor together.
Banks checks back in for the Ospreys as Patterson looks to get it in play. Does so to Graves on the left side of the floor. Now back up top to Blakeney. Blakeney directing traffic now is Bodiger on him defensively. Blakeney goes right by him. Pull-up jumper. The floater in the air. Hits the back of the iron, then falls through good. 34-26. Blakeney now with 9. Dallas Moore on the dribble. Loves to work to the left side. Nothing there. Back to the right. Hands it off to Sams. Flip to Davenport. Nice head fake. Drives in and got up in the air. Lays it up and in. Wanted to slam it home, but didn't get the jump he needed. But he lays it up, and it's good. 34-28. Here's Reith down the heart of the lane. Changes his shot midair. Misses on the lay-in. Rebound, though, to Graves. Back to Patterson, but Patterson took steps. Another walking call tonight. Both teams have had their share of walking calls.
LSU's 5th turnover. That play that got to the bucket a little while ago by Davenport, he did a shot fake 3. That got Reith in the air. That left the lane wide open, and Davenport took it.
So 34-28. Tigers had a double-digit lead, but now getting tighter here as we're down under 2 minutes to play in the first half. Sams to Moore. Moore gets by Sims, tosses up the left-hander. The teardrop's good. Straight up and down. It's a 4-point Tiger lead, 34-30.
And Moore's warming it up a little bit. He's up to 11 points now. He's gotten himself to the line, 4 for 4, and he's hit a couple of buckets here in the last few minutes.
Well on his way to his 18-point average so far this year. Patterson. Sims, 3-ball. Missing left of the rim. Did not have a good look at that one. Sams with a rebound off to Moore. Moore stops top of the key. Flips it in the corner to Davenport right side. Backing in, short corner right side to the block. Spin, turn around. Had it blocked a little bit from behind by Graves, right into the hands of Sims. Tigers will take it the other way as Blakeney stops just across the timeline.
LSU just one of their last 7 from the floor.
1 minute to play first half. Blakeney, deep 3 over the top of Banks. Misses. Rebound pulled down by North Florida. Here's Moore in traffic. Again, left hand high in the air. Missing on the lay-in. Rebound Davenport. Out to Bodiger. 3-ball good. It's a 1-point game, 34-33 with 43 seconds remaining. And now the momentum starting to shift the Osprey way.
7 in a row for them.
Tigers need a basket in a bad way. Sims, top of the key to Blakeney. Feed it to Reith. Reith back to the basket and a travel call. Looked like Reith was dribbling the ball, but Anthony Jordan said he traveled with it as he started to back up. The turnover gives it back to North Florida. They've got a chance to take a lead here with 25.7 seconds. Shot clock off in the first half. They can hold it for a final look. As into the ball game comes Reed Vial for LSU. Blakeney will get a seat.
Yep, that's mainly to protect him. He's got 2 fouls.
So Dallas Moore slowly now works his way with a slow dribble across the timeline into the front court with 17 seconds. Patterson now will back off defensively. Tigers will back it in, stay in the man-to-man. Moore starts the work with 8 seconds. Gets it to Aminu. Fire over in the corner. Bodiger, step back 3. Won't go. Rebound tapped, and no one gets to it, and the first half comes to an end. Tigers led by double digits. 10-point lead in evaporated. Chris Blair along with Patrick Wright here on this Friday night. Tigers get possession as we get underway in the second half. They lead 34-33. Shot 45% from the field. Reith going to drive along the left baseline, looking for a high percentage shot. Goes in among 2 North Florida Ospreys and will receive the foul. That one's going to be assessed to Romello Banks. That's his 3rd. So Banks already getting into trouble. Just 11 ticks off the second half clock as Reith's first free throw can't get it to go down. Score remains 34-33.
Neither team good at the line at all. LSU 1 of 5, Ospreys 8 of 17.
Second one is good. Reith makes it 35-33. It's working it into the front court again will be Dallas Moore. Patterson on him as Patterson gets the start here in the second half. Skylar Mays, the freshman, will stay on the bench. Expect to see him come to the scorer's table at some point. Nice inside pass. Bodiger works it inside to Banks. Banks with a nice baby hook ties the game at 35 all. Another nice move this time, slipping through the defense. Reith, nice drop step, splits the defenders, lays it up and in, make it 37-35. Reith now with 12. Moore works it up against Patterson, left side, comes to the middle of the floor. Patterson right on top of him defensively. Bodiger, 3-ball left wing, rattles home good. Ospreys have the lead, 38-37.
That's their first lead since it was 5-4 early on, and their biggest lead is 1 point.
Blakeney with it, feed. Epps, right block, had it stripped loose by Moore, and now a whistle, and I believe Epps retaliating with the reach-in foul. So the clean steal by Moore, and then Epps picks up the foul, and that'll be his third. Team's first here in the second half. So now Epps, with just 5 points tonight, crosses into the 3-foul territory. 18:42, just underway here in the second half. North Florida, just their second lead of the game, 38-37. Moore working the left side, up top, Davenport, bounce pass to Banks. Middle of the blocks, turns around, shot blocked by Reith, but picked up by Bodiger. North Florida will keep it, just 8 on the shot clock. Brown working against Patterson, crossover, driving into the lane. Kick out, the 3-ball, Malunga won't go at the buzzer, and the rebound weak side taken by Reith. Down comes Patterson, wanting to feed it into Epps. He's got it, goes up strong, shot good, whistle and a foul. Boy, quick shot by Epps. He was off balance, and instead of turning it over with a traveling call or losing the handle, he just went straight up, Patrick, got it off the glass, got the foul to boot.
Yeah, that was just a case of a little more want to on Epps' part. He fought that one hard. He's shooting a great percent. He came into the game at 75%, and he is 3 out of 5 tonight.
At the line, trying to connect on the old-fashioned three-point play, and he does. Back to a 2-point Tiger lead, 40-38. 18-minute mark here in the second half. Working on the dribble, Malunga goes from right to left. Bodiger on the left wing, puts it on the floor, comes to the free throw line. Cut off by Blakeney, now back it up near the mid-circle, and now a whistle away from the action down in the lane.
I think they got Reith.
And Reith pushing off for position down low. That's going to be his second. Team second. And that will put Dallas Moore along the end line. Puts it in play to Bodiger out top. Bounce pass. Got it into Davenport. Turns around. Epps, not a lot he can do with 3 fouls. Hands straight up. And Davenport went around him, puts a shot down, and we're tied 40-40. Patterson. More on him defensively. To Blakeney. Left of the free throw line. Feed it to Epps on the left block. One dribble, spins left. Nice move, but they'll say he took an extra step to do it. Went around the defender, but an extra hop in the turnover gives it back to North Florida in a tie game, 40-40. That's turnover number 7.
Well, actually 8. They just updated 8 LSU turnovers, 11 for them. And I would, out of the 19 turnovers, I'd say 10 or 11 have been travels. Or at least so it seems. But that's been the predominant turnover tonight.
Malunga out on the right wing. Now we have travel on Malunga. So another traveling call.
And it's not the officials calling it tight, Chris. They're legitimate travels, I think. It's just
12th turnover of the game for North Florida. 40-40 our score. Blakeney to Patterson deep in the right corner. Looking for the cutting Blakeney. Can't get it to him. Now the backdoor cut, and Reith slams it home. Nice look. Had eyes in the back of his head that Patterson knew Reith would be there. It's 42-40.
His 4th assist of the night has played primarily the minutes at point guard.
Moore, Bodiger, 3, left wing. It's good. He was left open. Brown dribbled down in the corner. Now the long outlet on the inbounds, and they try to hit Epps, but Patterson overthrows him from half court. Gives it back to North Florida, who has a 1-point lead, 43-42. Is Bodiger now starting to come alive. 3 of 5 from long range. He's 4 of 6 on the night. He's in double figures with Brown, each with 11. Reith leading all scores with 14 for LSU. 16.5-minute mark, second half. 43-42 North Florida. Bodiger up top, Davenport. Big guy goes down the left lane. Again, attacking Epps. Now tries to pass across the lane to his teammate Banks. It was deflected out of bounds by Reith. But you can tell here, Davenport, good court awareness, Patrick, driving right at Epps. Epps still in the game with 3 fouls.
And Reith himself has a couple. They may try to go there also.
Inbounds, it comes to Banks. Banks backing in against Reith. Goes up strong, lays it off the glass and in. 45-42, 3-point lead for North Florida. Patterson. Sampson stops at the free throw line, puts up the 15-footer. Good. Beautiful shot by Sampson. Cuts the lead for the Ospreys to 1, 45-44. Sampson making his impact known here in the second half. Need more of that. Just his 4th point of the night. A 2 of 3 shooting. Moore goes left, gets it back to Davenport. Deep 3 for the big guy, won't go. Battle for the rebound. Banks gets it on the right side, puts it up and in with one hand.
And they are working LSU over on the boards. 27-14 is the edge.
Here goes Sampson driving in as the Tigers try to pick up the tempo. He'll be fouled on his way to the basket. And we reach our first media timeout. Sampson will be at the line to shoot 2. Tigers trailing by 2, 47-44 with 15:38 to go. Here in the ball game. Winners by Bodiger, who had 2 open looks at it. Tigers got to find a way to run him off the 3-point line, at least close out, have a hand in his face. It'll be Sampson at the line for the Tigers. Fouled going in for the lay-in. He'll have 2 shots. First one up and in, make it 47-45 as Sampson again could be a big key here. Only 2 points in the first half. He now has 5 on 2 of 3 shooting. Tigers have Epps playing with 3 personal fouls. Reith with 2. He knocks down both, does Sampson, makes it a 1-point game, 47-46. Patterson will meet up with Moore as he crosses the timeline over to Bodiger. This time Blakeney right there on him. Bodiger working left, back to his right, trying to work through a screen by Davenport. Blakeney stays right with him, fighting through the screen. Garrett Sams puts it on the floor, left hand, comes to the free throw line, nearly carried the ball. But now hands it off. It's going to be Davenport putting on a dribbling clinic, stepping back for 3 and an air ball, and Sams goes tumbling over the Tiger cheerleaders trying to save it in bounds, unable to do so. Luckily, everybody all right down there along the end line, and the Tigers take it back. Pretty good defensive stand that time. Tigers really extend the defense in that man-to-man, allowing no open looks. Davenport forced that one up. Well, he'd be well uncomfortable.
He thought the step-back 3 was part of his repertoire, but he came about 4 feet short.
Patterson with it for the Tigers. Sampson, quick trigger on a 3, around the rim and good. Sampson now starting to feel it. He has 9, and the Tigers are back on top, 49-47. Moore left to the free throw line. Gets bottled up in traffic. Now we'll move back on the dribble to his right. Patterson not right there with him. Here's Davenport. Big guy puts it on the floor, across the lane, bounce pass, gets it to Banks, and he'll flush it home with 2 hands. Tied 49-49.
Lots of points in the paint for North Florida here in the second half.
Tigers dominated that in the first half of play. 20-12. Blakeney, tough 3, had a man hanging on him, can't get it to go. Patterson with a rebound, gets it out to Sampson. He'll let it fly. Bullseye! 52-49, and Sampson just like that, 12 points in the game. Bodger left open on the other end, 3 around the rim, won't go. Reith with the rebound, gets it off to Patterson. 2-on-2, pull-up jumper, free throw line off to the right. Moore takes the rebound. He's off to the races. Going in against Reith, alley-oop to Davenport, too far underneath the goal, throws it out. Sampson picks it up for the Tigers. Throw to Patterson, front court. Cross-court pass, Blakeney spots up the 3, took forever to bring it up, and Davenport easily blocks that one into the sideline seats.
10 points for Sampson here in the half, 12 altogether, as Chris said. He's got 10 of LSU's 18 here since halftime.
52-49. Blakeney wanted that 3 so bad he was open, but Davenport had a full head of steam coming across the floor. By the time Blakeney started to elevate, Davenport easily blocks that out of bounds. The Tigers will take back possession. That may have been the most up-tempo sequence we've seen all night here, Patrick, over the last minute and a half.
Yeah, as we said, the first half seemed to be a lot more half-court than we had looked for.
Patterson to Sampson out wide on the left sideline. Sam's on him. He'll get it to Robinson, who checks in. Elbert now will give it off to Blakeney, head back into the paint. Sampson with 7 on the shot clock, gets it to Patterson, needles a pass. Epps at the free throw line, jumper won't go. Blakeney skying for the rebound, but lost it. Put down a hard dribble, and it went right over his head. And securing it will be Davenport for North Florida. Tigers lead by 3. 13-17 to go in the game. Moore going to slow it up a little bit on offense. Hand it off to Sams. Sams picked up by Sampson. Left to the free throw line, gives it off Bodiger. Feed to Aminu down on the left baseline, working in against Robinson. He's going to lose that physical battle. Gives it off to Moore. Moore, top of the key, 5 on the shot clock. NBA 3 off the front of the rim, no good. Good position underneath by Epps. He'll take the rebound for the Tigers. Get it off to Patterson. Patterson feed it. Epps underneath. Head fake. Goes up. Lays it up and in. Nice court awareness again by Patterson with the assist. Epps patiently underneath. Waits for the shot. 54-49. Tigers start to extend the lead, and Coach Driscoll wants a timeout. He'll take it with 12:38 to go here in the ball game. They'll make it full. We'll take one with them. 54. Epps with 10. Reith leads the way with 14. There's 3 Ospreys in double figures tonight. Bottiger, Moore, and Banks. North Florida takes possession as we're back to action. 12:32 to go here in the game. Davenport backs his way in against Epps. Epps, though, does a good job holding his ground without fouling, and a turnover in the lane. Robinson picks it up. Feed to Epps underneath. He's mugged on the way to the basket. Couldn't finish. He had 2 hanging on top of him, but he'll go to the line to shoot 2. But a great job there by Epps, playing with 3 fouls, Patrick. They go right at him with Davenport, trying to back him up, post him up in the lane, and Epps wouldn't give up any ground, didn't commit the foul, and Robinson picks up the steal. They go the other way. Now Epps at the line.
And Epps hits what LSU is finally getting out on transition on their own. Last, few minutes of this game, LSU's been able to get out and run a little bit, which is something North Florida will do with them.
Epps hits both. He now has 12. And now checking in for the Tigers will be Sims, as Epps will get a breather here at the 12:20 mark. But a good job playing about 4 to 5 minutes there with 3 personal fouls. North Florida will bring it up. Moore crosses the timeline, gives it to Davenport. Big guy looking for someone, gets it to Sams on the left wing. Hayward also into the lineup for the Tigers. Moore after the switch on Sims, gets away from Sims, jumps back for a 3. Top of the key, won't go. Robinson, good job with position, scores the rebound for the Tigers. Patterson to Sampson in front of the Tiger bench. Now on the dribble and a reach-in foul. The basketball looked the size of a beach ball to Davenport. He just wanted to reach in there for the steal, but he got mostly Sampson's wrist, so he'll pick up the personal foul with 11:53 to go. And now we have an official timeout. 56-49. Tigers lead. They'll have the ball when we return. 11:53 to go in the game. Portions of tonight's broadcast brought to you by State Farm. Talk to an agent today at 1-800. Have possession, 11:51. Both teams just 2 team fouls so far here in the second half. Feed into Robinson, and he's fouled immediately by Aminu, who gives up a lot of ground down there against Robinson. Aminu trying to battle, 6'7", 195 against Robinson, 7', 290. Aminu, rather, is the 16th foul against North Florida. 2 committed by the Tigers, but it'll be put on the floor. Skylar Mays back into the lineup, triggers it into Sampson. 3-ball left corner, comes off, no good. Rebound weak side. Mays had it. It's stripped loose by Aminu, picked up by Dallas Moore. Moore to Bottiger on the other end, layup good. 56-51, 5-point Tiger lead. Mays up in the front court. To Sampson, working against Sams, gets by him, lost the basketball. Now over to Hayward in the corner. Steps in for an 18-footer left baseline, won't go. Rebound Dallas Moore. North Florida back the other way. Bottiger right corner, back to Moore. Minu fakes the pass, now we'll put it on the floor, go left side. Sims strips the ball, blocks the shot. Picked up by Robinson. Here comes Sampson. Flips it down to Sims. Sims underneath the basket. Scoop pass out to Hayward. He tried to flip it to Mays. Garrett Sams knocks it out of bounds. It's out of bounds. He tried to make a save for it, but couldn't do so.
Now the courtside fans got a souvenir player for their money. Did a good job of keeping him from harm's way.
Hayward works it in. Sims has it. Back to Hayward. Left of the arc. Feed it to Robinson. Left block. Spins left. Back right. And shot won't go. Good look at it. Just couldn't finish. Rebound to Bottiger for North Florida. 10:42 to go. 5-point LSU lead. 56-51. Moore trying to get away from Mays. To Bottiger on the handoff. He'll come up top of the key on the dribble. Sampson now will come out to defend. Bottiger got Sampson looking one way, went the other. Now has to pull it back up. Here's Sams. Right wing, puts it on the floor against Hayward, and Hayward got him with a body. He was trying to stay upright, but got his hip into him. Inline official Ken Washington. Easy for him to pick that one up. Now back into the game. Reith, Blakeney, and Epps, as Hayward, Robinson, and Sims all have a seat for Coach Jones. Inbounds it comes. Banks has it in the lane. Working immediately against Reith, and a whistle and a foul, as it appeared Banks was about a half second away from losing control of the basketball. But he's bailed out by a foul whistled against Dwap Reith. That'll be his third.
He was close to 3 seconds in the lane. I think he was a half second away from that also, but he was fouled, and Reith now has 3, as does Epps, and Hayward's got 4.
Banks will be at the line. First free throw off, no good. 14th foul against the Tigers. Banks 0 for 3 at the line.
Yeah, and they're 8 of 18, and that has cost them dearly in a 5-point contest.
Banks' second free throw bounces around the rim, comes off to the right side. Rebound to Epps. Epps now will work it up by his lonesome into the front court. Give it off to Sampson. Sampson on the left wing gets it up to Mays, middle of the floor. Mays now scans the court, packs up near the midcircle. Now will work to the left on the dribble. Up top, Reith, 3 ball, good. No one came out to defend that time. Banks just became an observer and let him put up the shot. 59-51. Tigers out in front by 7.
That's his second one of those tonight.
Manu hands it off to Sams. Sams trying to work on Sampson. Runs out of room, gives it back to Amino. He'll drive into the lane right side, spin in the lane, and put it up and in. Tough shot, but he made it look easy. 59-53. Blakeney running away on the other end. Layup missed. Had a chance to beat North Florida back, but couldn't finish. Rebound off to Banks. He'll get it to Moore. Here's Bodiger, and Bodiger took steps. Oh, boy, oh, boy. They're going to have to go back to practice and work on not traveling with the basketball. That is turnover number 15 for North Florida, and a boatload of them tonight have been just the simple traveling call.
And LSU with 11 turnovers, one of the things we talked about earlier, that number is a little high considering North Florida is not pressuring LSU at all. LSU's had a few too many turnovers. However, they do have a 6-point lead.
Mays, kick out pass, Sampson, 3, no good. Weak side rebound, Reith trying to keep it alive, saves it in, but Amino gets the ball. Long outlet to Sams. Give it to Moore, 3-ball right wing, off short. Mays picks it off the dribble. Mays down the floor, driving in, gives it off underneath, and laying it up is Blakeney on the left side. Mays sucked the defense in the right side of the lane. He gave it over to Blakeney, an easy put in. It's 61-53 now. Blakeney in double figures with 11. It looks like Banks is getting a little winded out there. Nearly lost a pass by Moore, and now he's walking on the floor, and the big guy looks a little winded. Moore nearly had it stolen by Mays, picks up the basketball, now drives, goes all the way to the basket. Reith will block his shot into the left corner. It'll stay North Florida basketball.
Well, I liked about Reith hitting that 3-pointer a while ago, Chris. He's hit 2 tonight. That's going to show up on the film. Teams are going to see that and realize they've got to guard him all over the floor, be it inside or outside.
Moore to trigger it in along the baseline after the block shot. Inbounds pass stolen by Reith. Off to Epps. Outlet Blakeney. Alley-oop. Epps can't hold on and misses on the lay-in. But a whistle and a foul on the floor. That's going to go against North Florida. Reith was trying to get the rebound and go back up. North Florida got him on the arms.
Well, Reith kind of stuffing the stat sheet now a little bit. He's got 17 points, couple of threes. He's got 2 blocks. Now he has 2 steals. And he's going to try to add some free throws. Or it's 1 and 1, so he's got to hit the first one. But has really come to life here in the second half also, as he had 9 in the first half. And looking to get to 10 in the second half if he can hit 2 free throws.
Romello Banks picks up his 4th personal foul. Puts Reith at the line. 4 Tigers in double figures, led by Reith with 17 on 7 of 12 shooting from the field. Free throw, back iron, comes off too high, and the rebound to Banks for North Florida. 8:23, clock moving, 61-53. Tigers out in front. Bodiger handling the ball out top, picked up by Blakeney. He'll move to the right side of the floor, looking for something in the lane. Nobody there at the moment. He'll drive to the right inline, bring it back out of the corner, out on the wing. Davenport, quick throw to Banks underneath against 3 defenders. Shot blocked, but plenty of fouls to go around. We'll see who they give it on.
Going to be somebody's 4th, I think. It's going to be Reith.
It is Reith. And that will be number 4 on Dwap Reith. Take your pick. You had Sampson, Epps, and Reith down there. Epps, of course, already playing with 3 fouls. Now Reith picks up his 4th. Coach Jones looks down the bench, and Albert Robinson will hop up and get ready to check in.
And another missed free throw. They are 8 out of 20.
So Elbert Robinson, the third, back on the floor. He's given good minutes tonight. He's played 6 minutes, got 4 points and 3 rebounds. He's played some pretty good defense. 61-53, Banks with one more try added here. 8 of 20 from the line tonight are the Ospreys. This one's good, make them 9 of 21. And give Banks his 11th point. For the Ospreys, Bodiger, Davenport, Moore, Sams, and now Carlos Odom checks into the game for the first time. And now we have ball deflected out of bounds and a timeout. So Tigers will have possession. 7:55 remaining in the game. 61-54, they lead. We'll return in a moment on the LSU Sports Radio Network. Basketball fan, you got to love a great drive to the basket. Work it into Skylar Mays. Quickly back to Sampson. Sampson's been the spark plug offensively here for the Tigers. 12 with 10 of them coming here in the second half. Robinson on the right block, out to Mays. Mays gets away from defenders. Extra pass, Blakeney. 3-ball won't go. Sampson trying to follow. Can't get it to go down. Rebound on the floor, taken away by Bodiger. Throw to Sams in the front court. Sams goes in, high off the glass. Can't get it to go. Got his own rebound, misses everything. Came up from the left side and hit nothing but glass. Comes off the right side, and Epps takes it away for the Tigers. I think Sams was surprised on that offensive rebound how open he was, and he just rushed the shot. Epps out to Sampson. 7:14 clock moving, second half. 61-54, Tigers lead. North Florida going to a 2-3 zone here. Blakeney tried to shoot him out of it. 3-ball left corner is good. That'll do it. 10-point lead. Matches their largest of the night. 7:02 to go. Davenport spins in the lane. Goes up against Robinson. Tries to dish it off. Nearly out of bounds. Saved in by Bodiger. Gets it to Moore. They'll keep possession. Moore will hand off to Bodiger. Comes up on high on the dribble. Now to Davenport. Davenport between the leg dribble. Comes in the lane. Left block going against Robinson. Looking for contact, but he traveled instead. They don't break down our stats, Patrick, with travel calls, just turnovers. I've lost count. That's turnover number 17. Got to be at least 10 travel calls against North Florida.
And LSU's thrown in a few of their own as well. So, and they're all legit. Like I said, it's not tightly officiated. It's just they're doing it.
Robinson on the high post, feeds it to Epps. Quick shot right side. Good. Nice job by Robinson to find the open man. He drew the defense on the high post, and Epps easily converts. 66-54. Epps now with 14 points. 6:15 to play. Moore around the horn on the dribble, goes right, cuts back left, now gets it to Davenport. Deep three, the rainmaker is good. Coach Driscoll calls a timeout with 6:08 remaining. Big shot there by Davenport, who's had no shyness about it tonight. He's 1 for 5. 6:08 to play. Tigers going the length of the floor, attacking right to left on your dial is Mays. Crosses the logo into the front court against Moore. Dribbles to his left, now gets it off to Epps. Bounce past Robinson in the lane, turns around. He's fouled on his way to the basket. Another nice interior pass from on high from Epps to Robinson. You can just tell the front line from North Florida getting worn down here with Davenport and Banks going against the big body Robinson. And he'll go to the line. His team up 66-57. Robinson tonight 4 points. He's 0 for 1 from the line. Played 9 minutes so far with 3 boards.
Bodiger just committed his 4th foul. He and Banks and Aminu with 4 for North Florida. Reith and Hayward 4 for LSU.
North Florida still winning the rebounding battle, but not as bad as they were earlier. They've out-rebounded the Tigers 36-27 as Robinson's free throw hits the back iron, catches the front rim, then lays on the heel and falls through the net.
He threw a missile up there at it, and he used every piece of the iron, and some of the pieces he used twice, I think.
That recoil off the back iron looked like my 7-iron. 10-point lead. Robinson's second free throw, too long. Rebound, Garrett Sams in North Florida. 10-point lead, under 6 minutes to play, 5:53. Here at the Maravich Assembly Center. Moore to Davenport. Nice down the lane, tries to pass underneath the Banks. Off the mark, picked up by Sampson. Tigers take the turnover, bring it the other way. 18 turnovers tonight for the Ospreys. And with 5:35 to go and a 10-point lead, Mays now will move to the middle of the floor. Now on the move to his left, looking inside, but Robinson pushing off underneath against Banks, trying to get position, and he'll be whistled for the foul. So Robinson picking up the personal. That will be his 3rd. Team 6th.
North Florida, they won 22 games last year, went to the NIT. But the two things they did well last year, they don't do as well this year. Again, they hit 12 threes a game last year, only turned it over 11 times. This year they averaged 20 turnovers a game, and now they've got 18, and that really hurts them.
Davenport left of the arc, backdoor cut, got it to Moore. He goes up and under, layup good, whistle and a foul. Davenport, a bounce pass across the lane, about 20 feet to a dashing Dallas Moore, who then went right side, came up on the left, kissed it off the glass, and got the foul, makes it 67-59, and Moore with 13 points now, looking for point 14.
And I think Albert Robinson just joined the four-foul club.
Indeed he did. This one missing around the rim. Rebound, Epps to Mays. Now to Sampson, front court. On the left wing, driving in, but a whistle and a foul on the floor. And Sampson trying to go in for a better look. That'll go against Bodiger. That is going to be the fifth foul against Bodiger, so he'll be the first tonight to foul out of the game. 13 points on 5 of 8 shooting, 3 of 6 from downtown, 2 big threes here in the second half, but his night is done after 31 minutes of work. So now Coach Driscoll to make a decision on who to replace. He'll get a few moments here with 5:08 remaining in the game. You mentioned North Florida. They were picked preseason number 2 by the coaches in the ASUN, a very good mid-major basketball conference. Of course, preseason number 1 going to Florida Gulf Coast, the darling of the NCAA tournament a couple of years ago. But they play a great brand of basketball in that league. And as you said, North Florida trying to rebuild a little bit. They've got one piece in Dallas Moore returning, but a couple of big offensive weapons moving on after last year's season. 67-59. Sampson will be at the line for the Tigers. 12 points tonight. Came out on fire in the second half, scored 10 very quickly. He's been quiet here of late. This one too long, missing on the free throw, and the rebound comes down to Banks. And it's 67-59. Still a long time left in this one, and even 5 minutes to go. Moore, guarded by Patterson. Gets it to Davenport, short corner right side. He'll pound it, work his way into the lane, and just muscle up a shot over Epps, who's playing again with 3 fouls. Just had his hands straight up. Not a lot of physicality can he offer down there. It's 67-61, so a 6-point lead now. What was 12 has been cut in half. Epps, ball fake, stops left of the free throw line, feeds it into Robinson. He had it stripped loose. Was knocked free by Malonga along the inline. They'll say off Robinson last. It'll be North Florida basketball.
You'd hope that little quick 5-0 run out of the break that gave LSU the 12-point lead might push them along, but North Florida has not gone away. They have cut it to 6 and have the ball.
Moore works it into the front court, picked up by Patterson. Saw a little bit of zone earlier by North Florida. Outside of that, both teams sticking with man-to-man as Patterson giving chase. Davenport feed it down low to Banks. He's got position, goes up strong, lays it in. 67-63. It's now a 4-point ball game. It's getting tight again, and if you remember, the last 6:48 of the first half, North Florida ended up cutting a 10-point lead to just 1 at the break. Here's a 3 shot by Epps. It's blocked down there by Davenport. The ball's out of bounds in the front court of the Ospreys. And now the official's going to huddle up as they're going to say North Florida basketball. Second time tonight that North Florida has been able to really get a huge block as the Tigers took a long time going up for the 3. And they turn that into a turnover. They'll take possession on their end of the floor with 3:53 to go. And only down 4 to LSU, 67-60. Florida able to secure the ball. They'll work it in. It'll be Moore out top, guarded by Patterson. Tigers have Epps, Patterson, Reith, Sampson, and Blakeney on the floor. Davenport feeds it inside to Banks. The entry pass off the mark. Banks tried to catch it with his left hand, but he couldn't hold on, off his fingertips and out of bounds. That's a big break for LSU. They'll take the turnover, bring it down with 3:35 to go in the game. 19 turnovers tonight for North Florida. Blakeney goes around 2 defenders, goes up left side, puts up the high shot, and it's good. Tough one for Blakeney. It's 69-63. Blakeney now with 16 points. Moore working against Patterson. Running shot off the glass too hard. Hangs on the rim. Rebound, though. Moore got it back. Comes out of the fray to Davenport. Back to Moore. Davenport right of the arc. Now on the dribble. Works to the wing. Right side. Cross-court pass. Three ball up and no good by Malonga. Rebound to Sampson. Sampson. 15-footer, left of the lane, good. Sampson puts in his 14th point, 12th here in the second half, and it's 71-63 just like that. In the blink of an eye, North Florida had this game to 4 with the basketball. But the Tigers taking advantage of some miscues again. That's been the story tonight for the Ospreys. Turnovers and missed free throws. 2.5 minutes to play. Davenport, long three, gets it to go from the top of the key. Davenport with his second three of the night. And it's 71-66, 2:20 to play.
They're 7th as a team. They're 7 for 21.
Coach Johnny Jones going with experience so far down the stretch is Blakeney. Free throw line jumper, good. I was about to say Patterson has been the majority of the second half as the point guard. Blakeney delivers a nice free throw line jumper to make it 73-66. Moore looking to the left, nothing there, comes back right, now to Davenport, and he took steps, and he knew it. Another obvious call and an easy one for the officials.
Well, Patterson has seen a lot of action here in the second half. He now has a career-high 8 assists. His previous career high had been 7. He got that at Auburn last year, actually 2 seasons ago.
1:49 to play. Tigers up 73-66. This is a big possession here. Tigers would love to get points. Blakeney's had the hot hand of late. He'll drive again, running in the lane. Floater won't go. Rebound Sampson. His putback won't fall. Rebound to Epps. He'll get it back out to Patterson. Blakeney, 3 left corner. No good. Sampson trying to follow. He's hit on the hands in the air. I think Banks commits the foul. Now we've got Reith and Banks having a few words, and now a technical foul. I believe they're going to give that to Dwop Reith. And it's a story as old as time. When you're the second to react, normally you're the one that gets caught. They separate the teams. Again, a technical was assessed. They pointed to both. So now both coaches want to make sure how the penalties will be assessed. Again, Sampson at the line awaiting the basketball here with 1:28. Driscoll still arguing his case now with Ken Washington. Appears to be over now. 2 shots for Sampson. Sampson 2 of 3 from the line tonight. He's got 14 points. Down the stretch, Tigers need these opportunities to go down, and Sampson delivers on the first, 74-66.
His career high is 18. He had that a couple of times, NC State and McNeese State last season.
Second one is good. Give him 16 points. 14 of them here in the second half, and with 1:22 to go, 75-66. North Florida in the front court. Dallas Moore gets it to Davenport in the left corner. He'll drive in against Sims, gets underneath the basket, whistle and a foul. Davenport falls hard. Sims, not a very tough foul, but obvious. So Sims will pick up the foul. That's his second. And Davenport will be at the line. And as we've said, North Florida has struggled from the line tonight. How about 9 of 22? Davenport 2 of 4. First one on its way, and it's good. Davenport now with 15 points in the game. Leads the way for the Osprey. Dallas Moore averaging 18. Started to come on track there early in the second half, but now is stuck at 13 for the majority of this period as both free throws by Davenport down. 75-68, down to 1:10 to play as Patterson works it up for LSU. There's a steal. Garrett Sam stepped in front of the pass, takes it away, and down in the front court, whistle and a foul. Patterson going to be whistled for too much pressure on Sam, so that's a costly turnover. Number 15 in the game for LSU, an ill-advised pass from Patterson. Telegraphed it, didn't put much on it, and Sam's easily jumped the route, takes it away, and he'll be at the line now with the clock stopped at 1:02. And Sams will go to the line where he's just 1 of 5. He missed on 3 in a row after being fouled earlier in the first half from the three-point shot. But this one is good. So what do you know? North Florida now makes 3 free throws in a row to tighten this game 75-69, with Sams having one more on the way. Second shot. It's good. And it's a 5-point ball game here with a minute 2 to play in this one. Checking into the game, Carlos Odom again, the 6'7" sophomore out of Lakeland, Florida. He'll be in there on defense. We probably will. No press, no doubt. Expect to see pressure. They get it to Patterson. Somehow gets it away from Moore. Now Patterson works up against Moore. They'll try to double team across the timeline. He'll give it off to Blakeney, and now a whistle and a foul. Malonga fouls Blakeney quickly with 55 seconds remaining. 5-point game. That'll put both teams in the double bonus, so Blakeney will be at the line to shoot 2. Or tonight, he's just 1 of 3. Tigers have left a few on the table tonight. 10 of 17 from the line.
Malonga's 4th foul. They fouled out 2. Aminu and Malonga 4 apiece.
Shot is up and good. Big free throw for Blakeney. 76-70. Antonio now with 19 points. Sophomore guard out of Sarasota, Florida. Malonga checks out. Osborne Blunt, the 5'10" junior out of Jacksonville, checks in for the first time tonight for North Florida. The second free throw by Blakeney is good. Timeout taken by Johnny Jones with a 77-70 ball game. Tigers lead by 7. 55 seconds remain in the game. While we have a moment, let's pause. Now the Tigers will retreat, set up the half-court defense with 50 seconds. Blunt with the ball out top, guarded by Sampson, and here's a lazy pass to Moore that is deflected out of bounds by Patterson. So they'll trigger it in from near side court with 44 seconds. Garrett Sams to be the trigger man. Blakeney will guard on the ball, throw across the court. Aminu takes it left corner, out to Davenport. Deep 3 going to be short off the rim, but there's Moore. Nobody put a body on him. He gets an offensive rebound. Sams looking for contact, and he gets it. Gave a good ball fake. Blakeney came flying, and Sams just tried to step around him, and they collide hard. Both get up, but Blakeney wincing in pain just a little bit.
Was he behind the arc when he drew the contact? That's the big call here.
I don't think he was. I think he gave the ball fake and head fake beyond the three-point line, and then when he saw Blakeney go airborne, he stepped in, and I'm not so sure his foot was not on or inside the three-point line.
And I think they're going to go to the monitor and check it out here.
The officials are over 0 for 4 from the field, 0 for 1 from long range, and all of his points at the free throw line, but he can't get this one off to the left. No good. Tigers have on the floor Sims, Blakeney, Patterson, Sampson, and Epps. Second free throw rims out. Rebound. Aminu had it but can't hold on. It's out of bounds along the baseline. It'll be Tiger basketball. More substitutions. Coach Driscoll screaming. They have 6 men on the floor looking for somebody to come out. Aminu finally will have a seat. Back into the game, Carlos Odom for North Florida. They'll pressure here as Sims to put it in play. Looking for Patterson. Gets it to him. Quickly back to Sims, but not before Odom commits the foul to save the clock at 33.9 seconds. So now the Tigers in the situation with a 7-point lead. Going to have opportunities at the line, and you can put it away by making free throws. It's time not on the side of North Florida unless they can extend this game, and the Tigers are unable to make shots from the charity stripe. Patterson will have an opportunity here. First attempts of the night on its way, and it's good.
Now, second half has been better. With that make, LSU is 12 of 16 in the second half at the free throw line. That's 75%. They were only 1 for 4 in the first half.
Patterson, an 80% shooter so far this year. It's his first point of the game. Second one comes off no good. Aminu with a rebound. Aminu, rather. Get it off to Moore. 30 seconds. Moore casually brings it in the front court. Now puts on the speed down to the right baseline. Cut off there. Out to Davenport. Wanted a 3. Couldn't get it. Now here's a 3 from Blunt. And in and out. Won't go. Rebound tapped around. And Patterson comes free with it with 15 seconds. That may be all she wrote. Blakeney into the front court. He'll be fouled as he tossed it to Sampson. And that'll stop the clock with 12.9 seconds. Blakeney didn't want to get fouled. He just wanted to get the ball and keep that clock moving, but he'll have to go to the line here with an 8-point lead, 78-70. Tigers looking to go 3-0 on the season. For North Florida, they will fall to 1-3, barring just something out of the ordinary, completely miraculous here for the Ospreys. The Tigers will get a little breather before they get back to action, as Patrick told you. Over the Thanksgiving holiday week, they will be at the beautiful Atlantis Resort in the Bahamas. Some people have all the luck. Some of us go to College Station. 78-70. This one missing, and rebound to Davenport with 9 seconds. Blunt in the right corner, back to Davenport. He'll launch a three, right wing, wedges between backboard and rim. Aminu with the rebound with 1 second, out to Davenport. Moore, did he get it off in time? Doesn't matter, it misses, and the game is over. Horn sounds, this one's in the books. Tigers win 78-70.